time is nearly at hand. A great wrong will be righted, an ancient prophecy fulfilled, and a hero of legend will arise.
Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, alien invaders. Do they exist? I'm Veronica Stone, and for 42 of the next 60 minutes, we'll be in quest for aliens.
Bigfoot, what a crowd. These humans'll believe anything.
Not anything, Crypto. But after 2 turbulent decades, many of them are finally ready to believe in us. That makes them more dangerous than ever.
You know, Poxy, old pal, sometimes you can be a real bummer.
Oh? I wonder if that could have anything to do with my no longer having a body!
Boo-hoo, I'm a hologram. You know, that crap was sad for the first 5 years or so, but now it's starting to get on my nerves.
I suppose that explains your lackluster productivity of late. I think you're going native. I warn you, Crypto. You have become too invested in your life among these humans.
What invested? I'm just running a little business on the side. Now what's wrong with making a little cash?
Oh, I am sure our Lord and Master Emperor Meningitis, the supreme ruler of the Furon Empire, will understand you setting aside your duty to collect Furon DNA from human brain stems.
How about I cut you in for 5%?
Done. Back to business! It seems our financial success has made us enemies on the Strip. I got a spy going through our files.
Murray.
You ain't getting crap out of me.
Murray. I have so many ways to get crap out of you, you wouldn't believe it. But this is new shag. Why don't you spill your guts before I do? Squeal like a pig. Who hired you?
Vinny and Mikey Molinari from the Nero's Palazzo Casino!
What are they looking for?
Plans, drawings. They think you're opening some kind of alien-themed resort to bring in a family crowd.
No one tells me what to do with my joint. Family-oriented casinos? Puh, I hate kids. They're too smart to gamble.
Wait! This idea has potential. Gambling for the parents, clowns and jousting knights for the kiddies. It would quadruple our DNA harvest.
And our bank accounts. These Molinari sucks are trying to break my rice bowl.
Which is 5% my rice bowl. We must end the Molinari brothers' monopoly in Paradiso. Crypto, the time has come to get back out there. And destroy all humans!
Golly, thanks for the permission slip, Poxy.
I wasn't this afraid of the cold.
Ah! Let's make like a tree and get the hell out of here!
I could get around a lot easier if I had my jetpack. What's the holdup?
Quality takes time, Crypto. As it happens, I have just completed upgrading your jetpack.
Does it make far-out sounds like in the cartoons on TV?
No, I admitted the silly sounds in favor of performance upgrades. Your new jetpack has more maneuverability and greater thrust than ever before.
I like the silly sound.
About fun now, but I'm off the floor 10 seconds and the place comes apart. What the hell happened here?
I happen. Hey, I know you.
You're that midget from the space dust. Nice Halloween costume. You sure you're old enough to
I
drink?
gave the stuff up, but I like the sound it makes when I pour it on garbage.
Well, little guy, you got big balls, I give you that. But this is my town, and nobody's gonna change it while I'm around. You got that? Thanks.
Okay, space midget. Let's dance. What's that, a ray gun?
This is the Orthopox AP-77 anal probe. It can cause extreme irritable bowel syndrome. Do you feel lucky?
Anal probe? I'm gonna beat you back to Bay City.
Forget about it!
You drive away my customers, humiliate me in my place of business, insult my brother's hindquarters! Today, the Molinaris declare war on the space dust!
I've just intercepted a call from the Molinaris to their outfit back east. It seems they've sent hitters to whack you.
I see you're learning the lingo.
5% is 5%. If we let these mafia hoodlums come after us, they'll bring unwanted government attention to our DNA gathering operations. I've discovered that they're having a sit-down outside of Paradiso.
Great. Maybe you forgot that my saucer hasn't moved in 5 years since my little accident.
Accident? You were inebriated.
Yeah, but I got drunk on accident. Anyway, I'm not running out to the edge of town like Bruce Jenner. I'll blow out a lung.
No need for that, dear boy. I've got something special prepared for you.
Wow, would you look at this? So that's what you've been doing all those hours, locked in your room alone.
Yes! That is what I was doing.
Well, hee-haw! I'm so happy I both a picking and a grinning. What you do?
I was in such a rush that I'm afraid the saucer is not quite fully operational.
Don't tell me the 8-track's broke, 'cause I can't ride without my tunes.
Worse, actually. Some weapons are missing necessary components.
All I wanna know is, can I blow things up?
Death ray still comes standard, of course. But until I can boost its power level, you will not be able to bring down large structures.
Fine, fine. Give me a half-baked flying saucer. Hell, give me a leaky pinto. Give me a rusty pogo stick. I'm still more than a match for these dime store hoods.
That's the spirit! Now, let's get out there and grease those greasers!
Nice suit.
No! No!
Time to dawn the dawn.
We are talking about the end of business as we know it. Paradiso will be dead.
Well, I think we're all convinced. We destroy the space dust. Is everyone in agreement?
No!
Ah, Don Striniero. How nice of you to join our little gathering. Come now. What is trouble?
He thinks the owner of the space dust is one of those, it pains me to say it, omini verdi piccoli, extraterrestrial beings.
That's a dirty lie. Don Straniero, what's gotten into you?
These accusations. Surely you have proof fooling you this day.
He believes in the supernatural.
So many of us do, but these eccentricities. How are Mikey's any different?
Mikey's been acting strangely.
We've all got our eccentricities, Don Striniero. How are Mikey's any different?
We should leave them to their business with a warning. The families deal in realities, not la fantasienza, the fiction of science. These guys sure take family serious.
Well done, Crypto! The Molinaries are cut off from the family.
Hey, Poxy, didn't you leave something out of this new saucer? I need more firepower.
Have no fear, Crypto. Swing by Poxmark to check out my latest destructive creations. And bring your DNA. Ah! There is no power to the dish! The signal-boosting generators appear to be missing. Go down again and tell them you're a technician or some such. Find out where the generators went. You'll be more convincing in human form, of course.
You think?
Slow down, pal. What do you want?
I'm here to do maintenance work on the tower.
Oh, yeah? You union?
I'm a one-of-a-kind specialist. I don't need a union.
Well, the union runs maintenance around here. And they use the generators to power all-night poker games at their job sites.
Well, I got a job to do, so, screw the union.
You screw them. That there's your kitchen staff, your cleaning crew, your handyman, and your tech specialist. Union men, get it? They got the contract for the whole town. So if you want the generators back, you'd better take it up with them. Because I ain't losing my kneecaps over no antenna. I got kids to think about.
You're a real hero. General says hit the road, smokers.
You're going a long way, baby.
This has Space Midget written all over it.
You know those things are gonna kill you.
Sammy and Fair.
Come again.
The famous husband and wife variety act are in town as we speak. They're playing at Nero's Palazzo, and it's sold out. Oversold, in fact.
Yeah, 'cause half the ticket holders would be too drunk to show up anyway. God, I love this town. So, how did the hottest act in town end up at the Molinari's place?
The Molinaries hired the couple to draw new customers to replace the ones you drove away from their casino. But if the show were cancelled...
They'd all want a refund, and the Molinaries would take it right in the assets. And how would you suggest I go about breaking up their little show? Fry 'em on stage?
Nothing quite so drastic, my hyper-violent mood. No. I have a more entertaining idea.
Yeah, I say we take 2 corn muffins, a live badger, a teaspoon of flesh-eating bacteria, and... I suppose you just want me to talk to them.
The word around town is that Fair has been making goo-goo eyes at a certain southern rock and roll personality by the name of Leg Tallman. Perhaps a touch of marital trouble. So, what do you say, Crypto? Ready for a little marriage counseling?
All right, Pox. I'll go snatch the singing hick and bust up the lovebirds.
Good! Let's make their breakup one for the record books!
Yeah, just let me slip into something a little more comfortable. Southern comfortable.
We've got each other, hun. Thank you!
All right, Jehoshaphat. That's entertainment. Yeehaw!
Ladies and gentlemen, the original Midnight Rider, Leg Tallman. Come on up, Leg.
I'd like to give him a leg up. Woo!
Hey, Leg, we're always up for a little showbiz repartee, but what are you trying to do, break up my act?
You gotta cake up your tract.
Okay.
You calling me a chicken stealer meatball?
Hey, man, learn to roll with the jokes.
No, sir. It's just my boyish southern charm. I can't help it.
Well, that's a relief. For a second, I thought you were trying to steal my girl.
Listen, Schnoz, I want to steal your girl. I won't have to try. Know what I mean?
Well,
what's this important discovery, Pox? You invent a record player that won't skip or something?
No, Crypto. I believe I finally made some sense out of this path of enlightenment you keep carrying on about. As much as one can from a scientific perspective, anyway.
Enlighten me.
The paths of enlightenment this voice in your head refers to appear to be directly linked to your proficiency with core mental abilities.
Break it down for me like I'm a caveman.
Very well. The more you use your body snatch successfully, the more you advance in the path of the body. The path of the mind refers to your power over the minds of your enemies. The more you use your cortex scan, for example, the more you advance in the path of the mind.
And the more I use PK, the more I advance in the path of space, right?
Yes, and the path of time appears to be linked to this new ability of yours to stop time or whatever. Although I haven't figured out quite how yet.
So what does all that get me?
Once you have successfully performed these abilities to a degree this mysterious voice in your head deems satisfactory, he tells you to meditate with him.
I get it. That's when I use the meditation chamber. So I'm not crazy.
Perhaps now would be a good time to try meditating in order to improve your mental powers. I'm curious to see what happens.
Me too. If I don't come out of that chamber with the ability to toss cars around, I'm taking a sledgehammer to it.
Go away! I don't want no real aliens to know I'm home!
Hey, man, it's me, the Midnight Rider. What do you say we go down to the Strip and have all-you-can-eat fried steak and grits for only 99 cents?
99 cents? With comic books costing a quarter each, that's almost a lot of money. But okay, I'll be right out. Sorry, Martha, but I ain't hanging around here to get probed in the flop box.
Oh, shit, not again.
Hey, Skeeves, remember me? Remember this? Good time.
Y'all come back now, you hear? What a swell guy.
So, Pox, why in the world are we way out here in the middle of nowhere?
Well, since you haven't noticed, that flashing E on the saucer dashboard means we need to fill up the fuel cell. The quantum motivator doesn't run on fumes.
So, the saucer runs on cactus farts and boulder dust? I don't see anything else out here.
No, Crypto! Nothing that potent. There's a far more useful fuel source hidden out here.
And if I asked, would you tell me what that might be?
Well, these humans in recent years have finally begun producing radioactive waste that meets the minimum requirements for fuel on super go-go sludge.
What? We're gonna power the saucer with mutant monkey leftover waste?
Well, yes. At least we're not at the mercy of these outrageous gasoline prices. 60 cents per gallon is highway robbery!
Sounds like fun.
There is a secret military installation nearby that is being used as a storage facility. We should have no problem taking what we need.
Who sent them? The Molinaris?
Impossible!
Emperor Meningitis?
Doesn't make sense, even for him.
Time for backup. I'm calling High Command.
No! Too dangerous! What if they were sent by a traitor within the High Command?
Now what?
rubbed out by a friggin' space midget.
It ain't right. It just ain't right.
It breaks my heart, Vinny. It breaks my heart.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. We'll rebuild. One day, we'll be back.
One day perhaps, but right now there is the matter of those Nexos. Someone is after us.
But who and why? We need time to figure things out. Somewhere where guys like us can blend in.
You know, we've seen all your movies, Mr. Tripleson, and last night was...
Double the pleasure, double the fun. Call me Jack, ladies. You earned it. Now, Amscray, it's time for my primal scream therapy.
I thought they'd never leave. Take that horrible thing off.
What? You don't dig my groovy banana hammock? Fine. Ah, my aching head. Sleep it off, Jack. I hate that guy. His voice grates on my nerves. So, the Nexos. Who sent them and why?
I have been pondering that ever since we fled Paradiso. There must be another Furon DNA gatherer here on Earth.
If this moron thinks he can steal my scene, he's smoking the drapes. But picking this guy out of 4 billion monkeys would be like finding a virgin showgirl in Paradiso. Not like he's gonna be advertising on TV.
Sunnywood, California. Land of surf, sand, and endless sun. But in this refuge for dreamers and the weak-minded, there are those who would take advantage. Among them, the Lunarian Church of Alientology and its reclusive leader, Dr. C. Kurt Calvin. Dr. Calvin, have aliens really visited Earth?
Absolutely. And soon they'll return in their chariots of light to lift the faithful up to the heavens and life everlasting. Thousands of Lunarians already believe.
I spend 30 years zapping them one at a time, and this freak hands out a few shrooms, plays a little synthesizer, and they line up to get their brains sucked out.
A plan so devious that only a Furon could have thought of it. Well played, sir.
Yeah, well, it's time we played him. And I know just the foxy newspaper to help us. How do I draw the reporter out? Who's gonna notice one more alien in this town?
I have just the thing. An ancient Furon weapon so strange to earthly eyes that only a reporter on the supernatural would bother to investigate.
Okay, you got me all hot now. Enough foreplay, Potts. What is it?
It's a spore launcher for a particularly voracious species of carnivorous flora from the once lush planet Venus, before we turned it into a self-perpetuating inferno. I call it the Venus Human Trap.
Sometimes the old ways are best.
Bizarre reports of a giant man-eating plant in downtown Sunnywood will definitely get the attention of this reporter.
Pox, how the hell did this Lunarian cult start? I mean, whatever happened to our cult of Arkvoodle? Well, we had the alien-worshipping cult market cornered back in the 60s.
Humans are not as idealistic today. They have jobs, mortgages, alimony payments. They must be convinced of their weaknesses through a veritable bombardment upon their self-esteem, and shown the way to happiness by a charismatic leader like Dr. C. Kurt Calvin. Can I get an amen?
How did Calvin do it?
First, he authors a series of ridiculously absurd but equally popular science fiction novels to make himself a household name around the world.
Oh yeah. I hope for his sake nobody in this town makes a movie out of that crap.
Then he enlists rabid fans to disperse personality tests which convince self-hating humans they are hopelessly depressed. Devoid of self-worth, they accept group conformity and sever all ties with family and friends. Then they flock in droves to training seminars for a sizable admittance fee, where Calvin himself browbeats them to tears, then promises to teach them patented technologies to boost inner strength and happiness.
Sounds like an expensive operation. How does he keep it going?
Embarrassment. Leaving Calvin means admitting you fell prey to such an obvious charlatan in the first place. Most of his adherents would die before returning to the poisonous "I told you so's" of their friends and families.
Well, I gotta hand it to Calvin, whoever he really is. I mean, he sure knows how to squeeze humans dry. Sounds like fun.
Quick, get a shot of it eating the police! Well, Mama didn't raise no sissies. It appears to be some sort of trifid or body-snatching pod from a galaxy far, far away.
Deep breaths. It's all in your...
Not a feathered hair out of place. How you doing there, dollface? Listen, I'm looking for Kurt Calvin. How do I find him?
Am I on candid camera?
I knew this wasn't going to work.
Crypto, you fool! You'll ruin everything!
Relax, Pox. The lady's a professional. Let's start over. My name's Crypto. I'm a good guy alien from outer space. I'm here to catch a bad guy alien who's wearing Kurt Calvin the same way I just did this poor schmo.
You saved my life.
I got a weakness for blondes. Also, brunettes and redheads.
For Arkvoodle's sake! Crypto, can't I leave you alone for 1 minute?
Crap. Listen, get me to Calvin and I'll get you the scoop of a lifetime.
No, but I know someone who can. Someone on the inside. A climber. He calls himself Deep Naval.
Well, this is awkward.
You want to get close to Kurt Calvin or not? I'm taking a great risk talking to you. You have to make it worth my while.
Yeah, I know you hairless apes. You never give anything away for free. What do you want in exchange?
I need a few favors done to make me look good with Calvin's inner circle. Do them, and I'll get you close enough to shake Calvin's hand.
Deal. Lay it on me, man.
There's a famous scientist named James Grandy who goes around exposing hoaxes, myths, and urban legends. Lately, he's been setting his sights on the Lunarian Church.
You want me to grease him?
Just kidnap him, destroy all the so-called evidence he has about our cult and the non-existence of alien life, then force him into publicly admitting he believes in aliens.
Oh, is that all? Maybe I should wash his car and vacuum his drapes while I'm at it.
Just do it. Come back here when it's done.
I live to serve.
His offices are in the heavily guarded Sunnywood Francodyne nuclear plant. They hired Grandy. They disagree with our belief that aliens warned humans about the dangers of nuclear power. Our no nukes rallies are growing in popularity, and they want it to stop.
Idiots. They have no idea how dangerous nuclear reactors can be. Hey, non-believer. Aliens exist. Look at me. I'm as real as it gets.
It looks like you wandered off the set of a low-budget sci-fi movie.
Take a good look at my glowing cerebral cortex. How do you explain that, huh?
Easily explained by malnutrition, infection, or inbreeding.
Look at my incredibly advanced alien weaponry. Explain that.
I've seen better props in B-movies 20 years ago.
What the hell's it gonna take to convince you I'm a real, bona fide alien invader from outer space?
Why don't you come back with your flying saucer and abduct me like a real alien would? Ha! Good day, alien!
This is unbelievable.
Get to your saucer and make a believer out of him!
Man, this is quite a film set you built here. None of it convinces me one iota, of course.
There you go, snug as a bug in a rug. Who's about to get his brain run through a cheese grater?
Seriously? How far will you hoaxers go to prove a point?
How about this far?
People don't like aliens.
I know I don't.
Ever seen Invasion of the Body Morphers?
That flick from the 50s with aliens possessing people? I practically wrote it.
Allied Sunnywood Studios is remaking it.
Sounds like a huge hit.
More anti-alien propaganda. Calvin wants it stopped, but if I can take credit for killing the picture, I'll be one step closer to the inner circle.
Too bad. Could have been a brilliant commentary on the death of 60s idealism in the wake of Watergate in Vietnam. Plus, the special effects would have kicked ass.
It's a huge image problem for the Lunarians. I want something to make our position seem more mainstream.
Why don't you take an ad out in People?
No, something bigger. A movie. I want the best director in the world to make a movie that glorifies aliens.
That doesn't make a lick of sense, but I like the way you think.
Do this for me, and Calvin's inner circle will realize I'm the one changing the Lunarians' image for the better.
Kill production of a bad alien movie, fast-track production of a good alien movie. Sounds easy. Hooray for Sunnywood.
Indeed. Their premier race of super attractive morons, docile like cows, and with inorganic polymer udders to match.
Let's find those Invasion of the Body Morphers sets and take them apart.
Did you think film production hinges on the strength of its prefabricated environments? Destroy the sets and they'll build them anew. It's the so-called talent that gets a movie green-lit. The producer, the director, the actors, the writers.
That reminds me of a joke. How can you tell an airplane is full of actors? The engines stop and you can still hear the whining. Directors are out of control these days. I like the old studio system better. Kept them in line.
Without a visionary director at the helm, you can't have a real blockbuster movie. Why, who else will completely ignore the script to shoot his vision and run production costs into the stratosphere?
I thought writers were nobodies in this town.
That's true, but even the lowly writer plays an important role.
Who needs a writer? Anyone could write a movie, hell, even I could.
Oh, really? And how would you go about writing a movie?
Easy. I have an idea for a movie, I write it down. You start with fade in, then you have a bunch of action. When you get to the last page, you write fade out, bam, the end.
Yes, Crypto. What about character? Conflict? Plot? Emotion? Punctuation?
That stuff's not important, but I guess I'd find some schmuck to cross all the T's and dot all the I's.
And that schmuck, as you say, would be called a writer, would he not? As it happens, I've been doing a little screenwriting myself, dabbling on a script that would be perfect for this mission.
No, great. How'd I guess this was coming? I suppose it's about a holographic Jabberjaw's quest for a new body.
No. It's about a cute little alien who befriends a little boy. And through their growing bond, they change the world's perception of visitors from outer space. I call it Friendly Encounters of the Extraterrestrial Kind.
Sounds like a bomb. Who'd pay to see a sappy flick like that?
Everyone! The films of the 70s are too brooding, too patently adult in nature for a mass audience. If you want a hit, you need to make a movie the whole family will pay to see over and over again.
First family-themed casinos, now family-themed movies. I'm sensing a disturbing trend here, Pox. Producers are just boobs who hang around and bark orders while other people do all the real work.
Indeed. How I so despise that sort of... Wait. I take exception to that. Now, we must convince the producer of Body Morphers to make our movie.
Right on.
It's the Dance King! Dance King, will you sign my Afro kick?
Hey, Tony, you gonna show me those steps like you promised?
Yeah, bro, just as soon as I get some mono with 5 time with my ladies. Hey, girls, save some chest hair for later.
There's my ticket in.
Tony! Hey, real quick before you go in. I've been trying to learn those steps you showed me, but my brain don't remember stuff so good. I'll tell you which ones. You show me how to do them right, okay?
Bogart this human's uncoordinated flailings, Crypto. But do it with style.
Check it out. I taught this one to Travolta.
Yeah, you got the moves.
I've got a boogie fever of 105.
Get down.
I can move it, and I can groove it.
Thanks, man. My old lady's really gonna dig those moves. Go on in, man. Thanks again.
Like a one-legged hyper donkey.
Hey, the want ad never said I'd have to dance. Alright, the short story is I want you to kill Body Morphers and make my movie instead.
I agree your script has potential, but I've spent too much on Body Morphers to kill it. The sets are nearly finished. I've got Tripleson in the lead role. I've got Lukelberg signed to direct.
Ooh, I guess you haven't heard. Tripleson's out of action.
So what? Actors are a dime a dozen. I've still got my sets. I've got the best director in the whole world. Now get out of my face or you'll never work on this town again.
What the hell does it take to get a freaking movie made in this town? Oh, really sorry to hear about the pyrotechnic accident on your set.
I'm ruined. My partners won't pay for new sets. Body Morphers is dead. I'll never work on this town again.
Relax. Make my movie, and you'll be the toast of the town all over again.
I'll need cash. A whole lot of it. But reputation is everything in this town. You'll have to keep it on the down low, if you know what I mean.
Off the record, on the QT, very hush-hush, no sweat. I'll get your cash, and no one will know how you...
The humans have recently invented a contraption they call the Automated Teller Machine, or ATM. You walk up to it, and voila! It gives you money.
That's stupid. No one will ever use it.
See if you can coax these cash machines out of some greenbacks to finance our movie.
Greetings, automated teller machine. I'd like to make a substantial withdrawal from this savings institution.
Crypto, I don't think the ATM understood you. Try something else.
Hand over the dough, Robo, and make it snappy. Cough up some bread, or so help me I'll melt your integrated circuit board into a puddle of green goo.
Crypto, I seem to recall the proper ATM withdrawal procedure goes something like this. A human inserts a plastic card with a magnetic strip imprinted with their account information. The user then enters their birth date on the numeric keypad, at which time the ATM dispenses the desired amount of currency. Apparently, one must establish an account beforehand by making a monetary deposit, and a nominal fee is charged for each transaction.
You mean I gotta pay the bank my hard-earned cash just so I can take some out? That's crap! I've got a better withdrawal procedure. I'm gonna yank this freaking thing right off the wall and crack it open back at the saucer. No transaction fee. A mime, how typical. So that's Crusteau's little warm-up act. Not a bad idea, actually, with this crowd of nerds. Those guys make James Grandy look like Coyote Bongwater.
And this gesticulating mute, He'll be allowed on stage.
Yeah, right next to Crusteau. He's my ticket to revenge.
Excellent. Now take the stage. Your ebullient personality should be more than enough to drive away the scientists.
Au contraire, mon frère. No way I'm showing my face dressed like this, even if it's not my face.
Oh, great Arc-Voodle. Perhaps you should just wear a bucket on your head.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Mesdames et messieurs, I have incredible news for you all tonight. Something that will usher in a new age for mankind and for our Mother Earth. But before we begin, it is my pleasure to present the master of the silent poetry of the mimeodrame, Marcel.
Hiya, folks. It's really great to be here. I'm lying. Rimshot, huh? Seriously, I've never played a room full of people smarter than me, and tonight's no different. Ba-dum-bum. Huh.
They're laughing! Not insulting enough!
Shh, I'm just getting warmed up. Hey, you're a great crowd. You, sir, where you from?
Berlin!
I can tell, 'cause your hair's parted in the middle. Ich bin ein wild and crazy guy. But, serious.
Crusteau, we did not come here to be insulted to this degree.
S'il vous plaît, I have important news for you. A new world awakes, truly.
Keep your utopian advances to yourself. In 30 years, empiricism will be overrun by irrational religious pseudoscience anyway.
Idiot! You were supposed to entertain them, not chase them away. Who are you? The space creature. You've been interfering with my plans for some time.
I'll bet. It was you who sent the Nexos to Paradiso to rouse me out, right into the arms of the Lunarians.
Comment? Whatever are you talking about, space creature?
Don't play coy with me, Crusteau. You knew the Lunarians would make me destroy Frankodyne's Sunnywood holdings.
And destroy my dream for clean, renewable energy for the entire world. Cost my shareholders hundreds of millions? To what end, space creature? Pourquoi?
To rake in the insurance dough. Enough to build all the Nexo-cloning facilities you wanted.
If you truly believe this most outlandish fantasy, why are we enemies? We should be friends, no?
I became a liability when I sunk your ship full of cloning machines in Shenlong and beat that Saxon punk of yours to a pulp.
I have many business contacts around the world. I cannot speak to their alleged underworld deal.
Cut the crap! I know you're part of a conspiracy to destroy my race. Your biggest mistake was coming after me. You put the hook in too deep, baby. And now you're gonna pay.
I deny every word, creature of space. And you are a fool to approach so near the Lord of the Sea.
Ah! That bastard stabbed me with a friggin' fish!
Crypto, you have company! I've been reviewing the reel-to-reel tapes from Frankodyne headquarters. It's a remarkable story. Did you know that in 1971, Henri Crusteau discovered a crashed Furon saucer at the bottom of the ocean?
And he went from fish hugger to billionaire Nexo-cloning scumbag overnight.
Yes, but there's more. He's been experimenting on humans.
He's wasting his time. Monkey don't wash out.
It's not the monkey he wants to wash out. It's the Furon.
What the Arc-Voodle are you talking about?
Crusteau is engineering a virus to deintegrate Furon DNA from the human genome. I don't have to tell you this would render humans
even more useless. Without a source of pure Furon DNA, our empire would crumble overnight, and I'd be out of a job.
We must stop him from completing that virus.
Just tell me how.
I I can think of a few ways.
I'll take you commission, but I'm no maker of a simple jelly molds. I'm an artist. I need inspiration. Feminine inspiration. The voluptuous curves, the perky platinum locks, the sinuous buttocks of a mid-century Earth female.
Well, yeah, I admit there was this one human Natalia I was kind of in love... Well,
But Helicobacter, that Philistine vivisectionist, patooey! He keeps all the best ones to himself. Bring me the Earth women!
So Helicobacter's trying to push you out, eh?
Typical. Endometriosis here has made the biggest splash in clone research. But Helicobacter will always dominate this district. He's Emperor's right-hand man.
You used to be his right-hand man. Oh, no, wait, you were just his right hand.
Getting old, Crypto?
Oh, no, it's really...
Very well. If our artiste here requires inspiration in the form of human females to create his greatest masterpiece, my new model, then that is what we shall provide.
Artiste my ass. He's a common lech. He's a perv. And we're done with meningitis.
Bella. How am I gonna worship your generous hindquarters and string my squash racket with you intestines?
You're really a poet. Now how about that mold?
Not yet. Helicobacter is a jealous man. Maybe he tried to take them back, these beautiful monkey girls.
I'll talk to him.
No! Terminate him! With extreme prejudice! I want that body. I mean, we need that body.
Wait, I've changed my mind. I want to witness Helicobacter's demise. Him and all his cronies. Bring them all back here somehow. I will have a special surprise for them.
Pogs, I ain't getting paid enough for this parade.
I need a body. We'll do as he says. Once you convince Helicobacter to leave his lab, just PK him all across this complex to get his workers and guards to come after you.
Then I can get them to follow me back to this surprise.
And I'll even let you pull out the trigger.
Now you're talking.
Who's there? I'm not coming out until that crypto imbecile is gone.
Worker Furons will work harder with a little face-to-face encouragement.
Very well. I'll be down in a second.
You ready?
This time I'm going to jog every day. I can feel it running down to form my throat. Oh, glorious sensation. And now, for dessert, blueberry pie. No, that's not right. My very own wee Willy Winky? Crypto, I see what you mean. And feet! Yes! Yes, I can feel my toes! I can feel them! Let me out! I want to stand on my own two legs!
That's it! It's a fini! Say buongiorno to the new walking, touching, feeling, eating, crapping, pox!
Ta-da! How does I look?
Whoops. Wrong mold. Sorry.
Is it too late to get my hologram back?
We're running out of time, Master Strategist. Now let's use those fancy biometrics of yours to break into the palace so I can...
Please. They'd roast us alive. We need a distraction. Perhaps we can find one at Funkat Town Cinemas.
A movie? Pox, I'm in the mood for regicide now. I don't know if I can work it up again later. I do all this crap, get you a body, sort of, and now we're gonna go mess with more humans? Stick to the plan, Stan.
This is part of the plan. Wait, I thought plans were for morons.
Huh? You really think we need a distraction?
Not a distraction for us, Crypto, for Palace security. We'll find the raw ingredients at the theater. And if I'm wrong, then I'll be a monkey's uncle.
Then the odds are definitely running in my favor.
Over 20 years experience, hello. Go!
So, what? We show behind the gray door and all the Nexo guards come running? Is that it?
Don't you see? All the humans are here. It's mandatory. And with entertainment like this, you know they're itching for a fight.
Oh, I get it. A prefab mob. And all I need to do is rile them up and give them someone to punch.
Exactly.
You're pretty smart for an Earth monkey.
I will switch the projector to display the local security camera. Go find that camera before the moviegoers get restless and leave. I'm sure you'll have no trouble enraging them. It's one of your...
Now let's put those new biometrics of yours to the test. Why, that ersatz Da Vinci son of a bitch.
This was not a good idea!
It's a bust, Pox. We gotta get out of here. Remind me not to mouth off to you anymore.
Klepto, how nice of you to come here.
Crypto.
Whatever. And Pox, nice body. But if you think I'd let that hand wipe my backside, you got another...
Enough chit-chat. I want payback, jerkwad.
Jerkwad? You call me names? You kill my Nexus? You interrupt my special bath time places? What have I, ruler of 1,000 worlds, to deserve this treatment?
How about fraud, suppression of valuable technologies, murder, treason? You're a crook, meningitis.
I am not a crook. Besides, I'm emperor. If I do it, it's not illegal.
Uh-huh. Get ready to meet your cloner.
Oh no, he's going to shoot me. And I just commissioned this bust of
This is one of those drawbacks to having a partner.
How long have you had synthetic furon DNA? How long have I been living a lie?
Careful! I'm 500 years old.
Crap! 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 Master.
Yes! Yes! At last I have won!
Huh?
Foolish slug! Do you not see? I was the conspirator. I set it all in motion. Calling in the Nexus, winning your favor, staging my death, exposing the synthetic DNA.
Huh?
Meningitis would never have allowed me this close to him, so I imprinted myself on this one-off cloning device and had you smuggle me in. Emperor, at last!
Oh, say it ain't so.
But it is so! I will remake the Furon Empire in my own image. We will live lives of pure philosophy in the quest for enlightenment. What do you have to say to that?
I say I'm tired of being in the dark. I want to be my own master again. And I say, right turn, Pox.
Yeah! And that is one of the good things about having a body.
Now what? The casino is gone. The master was a fraud, and I'm out of a job. Nothing to do but sit back and wait for the end.
Crypto, you're green!
I am not
This wouldn't have been a problem when I was a hologram.
That stuff's awful. Only a Nexo would eat that garbage.
Crypto, do you know what this means?
We've cornered the market on Nexo Chow.
It means our mission isn't a sham. As long as synthetic DNA has the power to make you lose your lunch, there will always be a reason to destroy all humans.
You're right. Forget the casino. Forget enlightenment. I'm gonna get back to doing what really counts. Kicking ass and taking brains. So when are we going back to Earth?
Not we, Crypto. You.
Well, then I guess this is sayonara.
It's been good working with you, Crypto.
You too, Your Majesty. See ya in 10 years, Pox. You'll like the future. I got a feeling big hair's gonna be in style again.
Emperor Meningitis is dead! Long live Emperor Orthopox! Holy crap! He's a monkey!
Welcome to the fourth ring of Huron. Science, industry, and leisure among the stars with a Huron twist. It is a vacationer's paradise for fun in the simulated sun. Ogle at the wild, weird ways of Earth monkeys in our human habitat. Enjoy our unique games and diversions. Then gaze upon the blinding, unapproachable splendor of the Emperor's Summer Palace.
Unapproachable splendor of the Emperor's Summer Palace? You sound like the cruise director on Love Boat.
Well, I have a bit of history here. Giving tours was one of my duties.
What was the other?
That's classified. Nothing you say can make me tell you.
Fine, I don't have time for this crap. I've got an appointment with the Emperor.